And the real deciding factor for me of whether or not I would upgrade to the R3 is really, can you put the new fairings and headlight and everything on the old frame? What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another One-Eyed Rover Moto vlog. Today we're going to talk about, would I buy the new R3 and upgrade from this first generation one? So I obviously did not think that it was worth it to upgrade to the second generation, as you can see, because I'm still riding the first generation R3. And the reasons for that was because for the second generation, the bike stayed basically the same, the chassis stayed the same, the suspension was upgraded in at least the front, I know. We got inverted forks on the second generation. And so that was a nice upgrade for the second generation. The dash to me wasn't a big deal that the second one got. I kind of like having the old school tachometer, and this one gives you basically all the information you could ever need. The only thing it doesn't give you is an actual temperature readout from degrees, but we get the 3 bars, so it's good enough. And then the gear indicator. And I love the shift light. My favorite thing about this bike is the shift light. Here, we'll take off in a second and I will show you. I love the shift light on this bike. I think it's just so good. It makes it feel so sporty. What up, brah? It just makes it feel so sporty. You know, when you're used to watching like R6 videos with people killing it on the streets, it's just very fun to have that shift light go off. I have it set way low. You can set the shift light to any RPM you want, and so that's one of my favorite features of the dash. I set it kind of low because I like it going off, and it makes me feel like I'm super fast even when I'm, you know, not necessarily all that fast. So that's one of my favorite things of this dash. But with the second generation, I just thought it wasn't really that big of an improvement. The dash didn't integrate to the phone, and you know, I don't really care that much about getting like a text message or a phone call notification up here because I have a Cardo, so it's going to tell me anyway. And to me, the benefit of having like a more complicated dash would be that you get that Yamaha Connect app where you get to connect your phone to it, and then you can tune the bike's engine and the fuel settings and stuff from the phone. Like, that's the whole point of why I want phone connectivity on a bike. And you know, Yamaha dirt bikes have that without even having really any screen at all. So to me, the screen is, you know, I just kind of want to see my gear and my speedometer and temperature and revs. That's all I really want from a bike like this. And fuel is nice. Yeah, fuel is nice. So on the third generation that they just came out with, they upgraded the dash again. I don't think they really did much to the front forks or suspension. I don't think they changed the bike one bit really, as far as the functionality of it really. They say they changed the geometry slightly to make it more comfortable. Not a big deal. Having the new phone integration, where they haven't really demoed this very much, so you can't tell, but it looks like, based on the previews and the photos they posted, it looks like it's just gonna have like a little number icon next to like messages, or like number icon next to phone. I'm not sure how much detail it's really gonna give you. I don't think you're going to be reading your text messages or reading your emails from that screen. So I'm not really sure what the benefit of just having a little number there telling me I got an email while I was riding. I don't really need that. What I really like is the Yamaha Connect app, so I can tune, you know, the fuel injection settings or change things more easily on there, just through the app on my phone. Or maybe it'd be nice you could get like recall updates or software updates, or I don't know, anything like that, just through the phone. So there's really none of that stuff that makes me dying to want this new bike that a lot of people have been covering the features of. The two features that make me want to upgrade to the next bike are the addition of the quick shifter that you can get, because to put a quick shifter on this bike, you have to splice into the wiring harness, and you know, it's a decent amount of work, and it's also like 300 or 350 bucks, something like that. You can get the Anatory one, but it's going to take you several hours at least to put that in. And then the second reason to get it is because the aesthetics of it. I do kind of like the aesthetics of it better. Having, you know, the sort of bar LEDs is nice, and then having that projector headlight, I imagine you're probably going to see better at night on the new one. So the real question here, and the real deciding factor for me of whether or not I would upgrade to the R3, is really, can you put the new fairings and headlight and everything on the old frame? Because if they haven't changed the frame of the bike at all, you could be doing the same thing as what people are doing with the Kawasaki ZX6R, the 636. Because if you have a 2013 plus model, you can just put the whole new fairings and everything onto it and upgrade the look of the bike. So I know some people who have done that, where they had just like a 2013 or a 2014, and then 2025, whatever fairings came out and stuff. And so they just upgraded the plastics, just buy a whole new OEM fairing kit from Kawasaki, or even an aftermarket one, and it all bolts right up and is a plug-and-play kind of thing. So if you can make your 2015 R3 look the exact same as a 2025 R3, then I think I would be happy sticking with this dash. I imagine the wiring harness would be different to support a new dash and a quick shifter. But you're most of the way there, man. I mean, it's pretty cool to upgrade the look of your bikes by just spending a couple $100 on fairings, and then also getting the upgraded headlights too. If you all do a lot of night riding, I do a decent amount of night riding, and that would be a pretty cool feature. But I also have aftermarket front suspension on this bike, so it's not enough. It's not enough of an upgrade going from the first gen. It's not enough of an upgrade going from the first generation to any of the other generations, in my opinion, just for the front suspension. Because I mean, I've got aftermarket progressive springs in here. I think they cost like $100 something, and you can do it yourself. Put heavier fork weight oil in, and ta-da, you're done. Like, right side out forks are really not much worse than upside down forks. It's, you know, I would rather have my aftermarket kind of like redone forks, which are done to my weight, rather than just OEM upside or right side up fork or upside down forks. Sorry, the new one's upside down forks. I'd rather have these ones I've modified rather than having brand new upside down forks, which everyone's oohing and awing over, when it's like it's not necessarily set up for your weight. And so I'd rather just have this, and for such a cheap amount of money, why not just do this? So yeah, I don't know, to me the new dash is kind of cool, it's flashy and stuff, but there's just something so nice about having an old school tachometer and being able to rev it out and have fun that way. Plus, I mean, there's so much functionality on this dash though that people forget about. It's like you can look at your MPG, my button will click. You can look at your average MPG, your live MPG, your trip, your odometer, like trip timers. So, I mean, the only thing I would want is like an actual temperature degree reading out, but not a big deal. So anyway, I'm curious for any of you all who maybe bought the second generation or have been riding a first generation for a while. What are your thoughts on it? Are you planning to upgrade? Are you just planning to go to a whole nother bigger size bike when you upgrade? I'm really curious to see if I can put the new fairings on an old bike and kind of upgrade the look of it, because I think that would be pretty sweet, and that's probably the most cost-effective option. But hats off to Yamaha on the new design and keeping the price the same. I mean, I don't know about you all, but the price of everything's been going up, and it sure is nice that Yamaha decided to just keep the price the same. This has to be a money maker model for them. They've recouped all their R&D costs by now. So let me know what you all think, and I will catch you all on the next video. Thanks for watching.